Yeah, it's the low life. Let's get it. I'm a New York nigga. Bust me down on that Newport nigga. Give a fuck what you thought, nigga. This is uncooked coke, not sea salt, nigga. Let's go. I roll around in big trucks. Whole crew could get like us. Nah, I don't say much out of town. This niggas always say I'm playing too much. Big band stacked up. Yeah. Keep Mac case, do act up. Cadillac truck, room back up. Cops looking for answers, but don't ask us. There's big bucks in the club. I give no fucks in the club. My cousin swiping, so we showing niggas love. And the vibe is all good, but don't get it fucked up. Get left in the club. Bitch, I almost bought an F in the club. Look, don't have step in the club, cause the Ruger go boom up in your chest in the club. I'm a New York, and niggas selling the crack. I'm a New York, and when niggas busting the gap. I'm a New York, and niggas know how to act. I'm from New York, and when niggas killing on racks. I'm a New York, and niggas selling the crack. I'm a New York, and niggas busting the gap. I'm a New York, and I don't know how to act. I'm from New York, niggas.
It is, y'all. It's 845 The Mix Show. It's your boy DJ Douya. Connected quad with me as usual.
Yep. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody?
What's going on, man? All right. So we're live on Instagram too. If you want to tap in there, we're trying to do a simulcast. They call it. So a shout out to Busy because he really put me on to doing this simulcast thing. My edge up is looking crazy on Instagram, but it's all good, man. I couldn't get my hair cut yesterday. They closed the door on me, Dominican boys. A shout out to them, man.
They took over on the barber tip, man.
Yo,
ain't no black barbershops nowhere.
It's just pooling them guys, and they don't be giving me the right customer service. So, what can I say?
Different, man.
So yeah, man, this has been a I want to say a tumultuous week in hip hop, man. I wanted to shout out the Star Report for promoting us and showing us love. So make sure you tune into the Star Report on YouTube. You'll see our banner up in the community section. So definitely shout out to them over there. So man, let's get right into it, man. Woo. So Taxstone, as we all know, a few years ago, had a run-in with Troy Ave. To just give y'all a background of what happened, Troy Ave had T.I. actually had a show at Irving Plaza, and Troy Ave and Taxstone had been going back and forth on the internet, and both of them have a reputation to uphold as street guys. So when they ran into each other, it seemed to be an issue, and somebody lost their life. Rest in peace to Banger. Troy Ave was initially, he was the one that had to take kind of the fall for it, but as time went on and more investigations happened, Taxstone, who's considered, a lot of people consider him the godfather of podcasts. I think I am, but whatever. Who gives a fuck about me, right? Yeah. So as time went on, they charged Taxstone with the murder of Banger. So the trials started, and I wanted to get your take on it, and then I'll give you mine.
That's great. I was gonna ask what you think happened. Like the evidence went through, and they figured it out that the shots was fired by Taxstone instead of Troy Ave, or did Troy Ave, give the information that way, and it's gonna be revealed in court?
I think that it's a little bit of both. I think once the police did their investigation, they noticed that Taxstone's fingerprints was on the gun, so that certain parts of the gun, the clip, things that you would have to do to load the gun and put the bullets in there, his fingerprints were on there, so he couldn't have been absolved from the crime.
If you think that happened like that, why you think he just ain't taking the
he did
the body? No, not the gun charge, the body. if he took the gun charge, I know. I guess they trying to say he was fighting for his life because they jumped him or something like that or whatever.
Yeah, that hadn't really come out in the courtroom yet. From the people that I've been following, it's not like I've been there covering it, but I'm just going by a couple of guys. There's this one guy on YouTube. He's like he's like a loaded Lux doll.
Yeah. BBN.
Yeah, BBN.
Yeah. Shout out
China
to him.
Good, China Lee. So yeah, man. So that's so right now I know I think China Lee he knows Taxstone, if I believe. But yeah, we'll definitely have her tap in one day, get some more information on that. So I mean, I got some footage that you sent me from the one of the guys that's covering it.
Right.
So we can watch that video real quick and then we'll get back into it. Just give me a second here.
I think he's like a one of the lawyers for like a newspaper or something like that.
Yeah.
That do, play-by-play stuff and shit.
There he is.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in the New York State Courts. We've been covering the murder trial of Daryl Campbell, Taxstone, and we finally got over here, and kind of a medical examiner was on the stand talking about the injuries to Roland Collins and the autopsy of Ronald McFadder. There was a lot of back and forth about a video and people running out and whether a person could be alive.
Roland Collins is Troy Ave.
Troy Ave, yeah.
Whether it required a beating heart to run out. Obviously, the defendant was there. There was a sidebar he didn't go up for at the end of it. He was handcuffed behind his back. It's different than federal court. It's a little more, it's a little more graphic. But the trial is continuing, although it's put off. It doesn't actually meet again tomorrow. There's some other stuff going on in the courts. We mostly cover the federal courts that are over there, but we got over here for this one because it's a case that many people have been asking us to cover. I don't really see any other media in it. There was some sort of separation of the audience members. Some left at one time after the jury, and then some left in another. I stayed as long as I could to get a sense of it as the
we're live on YouTube, y'all.
Prosecution team rolled off with their shopping cart. Or, it looked like a supermarket.
Instagram.
Two defense lawyers left.
Facebook.
They were collegial with the prosecutors.
Oh, social media.
Was handcuffed behind his back and disappeared down the same corridor that the judge went down. Now, let's go over it. They put into exhibits the shot legs of Roland Collins. There was a discussion about injury above the eye and the autopsy. The doctor was on the stand and didn't actually perform the autopsy, so that's an issue. I'm sure they'll be picking up on it, and we'll be doing our best to cover it along with the Southern District of New York. The defense.
Okay, so that's what we had.
Oh man,
man. So before we like go back into the case, but I wanted to ask you: do you feel that Nori was wrong for bringing up the case and stuff and interviewing Troy Ave on such a big platform?
Oh no. I don't think he was wrong. I think, well, it's kind of hard, because they put that in the streets. You're supposed to not talk to anybody about your case or your trial, or even when you're in jail, sitting in jail and stuff, But I guess he's on a campaign to clean his image.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, Troy Ave. So I guess he's like trying to, let's be serious. The people that's picked that court watch TV. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably like giving his testimony from all these podcasts and stuff. It might be wrong on Nori's part because Taxstone is his friend or was his friend, but that's nothing between, the public and what you call it, the podcast that they got. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it is wrong because it could sway. That's such a big platform that it could sway how people are viewing it. And they could be potential drawers. You know what I'm saying? So I when I looked at it that way, initially I didn't think that it was going to be, it was wrong. But then when I looked at it that way, I was like, damn, that is messed up because it's just like the OJ trial back in the day. Like they didn't want nobody watching the TV. So that could definitely sway people's opinion and put a bad, put him behind the 8 ball when he's fighting for his life.
Like, I've never seen nothing like this before, where it's basically the trial's public from Troy Ave's side. You know what I'm saying? Like, Taxstone really have no people speaking out for him. Like, what he thinks, he only got the Twitters and
Right.
a couple posts and everything like that. But I don't understand how Troy Ave's lawyer is not telling him, like, yo, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? You go hurt yourself, or maybe, I don't know. And if he's not telling him that, then it must be a method to this madness then. You know what I'm saying? Because this is unusual.
I think that's what the play is from the lawyer, is to go on these and try to sway your name and utilize this. And I never seen, I mean, it's not like I'm a lawyer or anything, but I've never really heard of them using TMZ footage as evidence. That threw me as a loop.
You heard the guy just say, he was like, yo, the guy that did the autopsy wasn't the doctor that was testifying in court about the injuries and stuff. That's not good.
That's not good. And then there was a contradiction from, I guess it was the guy that found the gun, the police officer that found the gun.
Mm-hmm.
There was a contradiction with his testimony. I'm forgetting exactly what it was right now. Sorry, y'all. But and during his testimony, like the prosecution kind of messed up. So when the defense comes back, if they're good lawyers, they're gonna eat a lot of this stuff up. As far as Troy Ave, he's looked at it. He's a convicted criminal. Like he's a convict. And then they're supposedly using this guy, Malcolm Kenyon, who we know.
Right.
He was caught selling kilos of, you could tell him exactly what he did.
Well, got a couple big counts, man. You got trafficking guns and, distributing cokes and stuff. You're facing 42 years, you know what I'm saying? So it's significant time, you know what I'm saying? We all know him around here in the 845. Let's not act like we don't know him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We all know what he did as far as like his crew and everything. They were very monumental around the area and everything, you know what I'm saying? But we wouldn't be real if we wouldn't talk about it on this show, man. So
that's a fact. So, and in the eyes of the court and the courtroom and the law, he's not a credible witness. So whatever he says, a good lawyer is going to say, man, this guy was facing 42 years fighting for his life. He'll say anything. He's not a pillar of society. He's what's considered, the bottom barrel, and he's not a credible witness. So if from where I stand right now,
it sounds like hearsay too from his, because he wasn't there. He said that Troy Taxstone told him, I'm assuming that, or whatever.
Yep.
But when you in that kind of position, I know the lawyer go eat that up when he be like, you in this kind of position, facing 42 years, facing major drug charges, trafficking, gun charges, you definitely, say anything. That's what they go, Taxstone lawyer go eat him up on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep, that's exactly. So I mean, from where I stand right now, as like I said, it's not like I'm there, but from what I've seen, man, it doesn't look good for the prosecution. They have a bad, they don't have a good case. And Taxstone has already copped out to the gun, and he's already served that time. So the murder charge, I think he's going to beat that, man.
What I was going to ask you, what if the Troy Ave gets off with the year that the DAs, are recommending, and Taxstone get off also? Like, there's no justice for, the guy that got killed. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like everybody's forgetting that there is a body.
That's a good point, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody did get killed, you know what I'm saying? But is it going to be street justice after this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that's in the mix with this stuff, man. The dude's brother that got killed ain't no slouch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's very outspoken about. He's been outspoken about everything. So, and I just seen something some other podcast that he saw him walking in the courtroom. He had to contain himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not feeling him. You know, and I understand it, man. But
damn, I see. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, it's a fucked up case, man. But he's and he's very prominent in New York City. Like he got one of those snug programs, like a snug program, and
really,
yeah, his is like the top one. You know, him and Davis Brothers organizations. I forgot the name of it. My man from Gangsters Giving Back is he came under him when he came from jail and shit. So I can't remember the name of his. It's like, you know, up there. He fuck with the mayor hard, you know, pause. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Rest in peace to Banger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And let the truth come out.
Informed, you know, if you don't definitely if you're interested in what's gonna happen in that case, definitely search it on YouTube. There's a lot of people that are definitely in the courtroom reporting day by day. So if you're interested in it, we just wanted to give an overview and how we felt on the topic because it's a big topic in hip hop. And you know, like I said, he's considered the godfather of podcasting. And then Troy Ave is one of the New York City artists that is, you know, he was one of the forerunners in the, you know, independent space and in the new New York, York, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was bringing the new New York.
Yep. So yo, I wanted to oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was saying it's two L's for New York. So 3 L's. Shit. 3 L's, man.
Yo, they love when New York catches an L, bro. Oh my God, on the internet.
Wait, been praying for our downfall for years, man.
For so long. I feel like T.I.'s behind he got one of them burner accounts. Like KD, it is like L New York.
Definitely him and Andre 3000. I don't care how nice he is.
Yeah, man. So all right, so we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about now the next topic. I'm letting y'all know I'm biased. So this is my family, this is my sister, Jha Jha and Jim Jones. But we're gonna play this video from our guy Sims and Dom Gotti. Shout out to Sims. He's been making hella moves in since he's been getting down with Fly or Die. So shout out to Fly or Die. My man D Weathers over there, and of course Half, you know, and Tito Montana, the whole gang over there, man. So shout out to them. They've really been making moves. So let's get into this video with Dom Gotti and Sims. It's called Down Street. My mom lives on Down Street, man. Don't talk to her.
Chill, man. Down Street wasn't this, man. This is crazy.
Look. I keep the flows a headshot. I've been hot. Now I got the streets in the headlock. We've been blocked looking for a fancy hook.
Right?
Bitches always got one thing in common. They man is broke. Damn, I know I'm sick, but there's no antidote. Amber rolls. We was shaving white girl. Make it snow. Wear a coat. Hate shit. 4-5 on me going 8 shit. I paint pics. You can imagine it when I say shit. The basement. Down street. I mastered my craft. You know, capping my rap. Pussy. Lacking at the cops. I sour half of the stack. Complaining though they had no attacks. Ready back of the snacks. I know my gotta move it. Sorry, but I gotta move it. When you real, they gon' know already. You ain't gotta prove it. You was paid, so I got it, but I ain't gotta use it. Bitch, we from the school of hard knocks, and you was not a student. But I'm a teacher. 500 the sneakers. Fucking ducking tree shit. Call them at my convenience.
What's good, Ryan? Shout out.
Demons, I always speak with a lock inside my head like a motherfucking precinct. No free shit. Cut me a check. You want a feature? Give them ether. Come and fuck with the best. I'ma fuck it, but I don't cuff it. She ain't under arrest. Puffin' runs so loud I can't talk under my breath. Are you dumb? 1-to-1, ain't no copying this. I'm copying your bitch. The reason I be popping my shit. See on my body, I'm smoking like some Groveland spliffs. I'm that guy, so so fly, I'm on top of my shit.
Bottom to the top, we got it locked with the shit. I call the shots, anybody in this spot could get hit. They claim they real, then they do the opposite shit. It's more annoying than when you try to shop with a bitch. Oh, I ain't waiting around. I need every last cent when I'm breaking it down. Oh, heading OT, then we taking your town. You ain't gotta be shook, we still shaking it down. What you think of it? A lot of them be talking about money, but they ain't making it. And they sound ain't measuring up, so they hating it. We still up though, better show the utmost. Making more than we taking yours, so we utmost. I'm feeling like my time is limited. The only thing that's on my mind is getting it. Divided dividends. They acting like their rhymes are synonyms, but there's a difference. Oh, really though, we got it. To be modest, this shit isn't close. And they be acting like bitches, all types of different hoes. Only time I'm switching sides when I'm on the Pacific coast. California dreaming, big scheming. It's a double entendre on the flight, bringing greening. And every word has a hidden meaning. I'll be lit, so if you see me in the ride with your bitch, I probably didn't mean it. Get the paper, then we clean it. Got them pissed off, but every round we get off, they saying that to swat the meanest. I be laughing though, all I know is cash and flow. To them stacks growing so fat that they elastic flow. Down street where they trapping coke, heroin, weed, crack, fentanyl, whatever, so the cash can grow.
Yeah.
I'm still riding to the casket car.
Hey.
Yes, that's our guys. I watched their growth, man. I remember when I don't want to sound like, like
I'm dead.
Yeah, like I'm bossing them down or nothing. Like I'm like on some big brother shit. Like I seen them when they wasn't even comfortable to rhyme like that. So to see their come up and to still see them doing their thing, and behind the scenes, I always try to push them and just give them that support that they need, because this is a hard thing to do, man. You lose belief in yourself sometimes. Others lose belief in yourself. Others try to like hate on you and all kinds of stuff. So I just try to give those guys the respect and support that they need.
Yes, I feel you, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Sims. Shout out to Don Gotti, man.
Yeah, we got another video for Sims we're going to play a little bit later with D Weathers, but I wanted to get into this. Let me just pull this video up. 1 second. So we got Jha Jha talking about Jim Jones here.
Hey, nigga, who the fuck is Day, Jim? Huh? Who the fuck is Day? You talking about I didn't say it, Day said it. Nigga, Day is motherfucking you. You is the nigga that's going broke. Motherfucking 50 goddamn years old on your last motherfucking leg strike. You was not no motherfucking capo, you was the deacon. You was a motherfucking deacon. Pull your motherfucking pants up, go sit your ass. Talking about Day. Nigga, you was motherfucking Day. Ain't nobody else Day said nothing about you splashing and all. You, nigga. This is you watching what a nigga doing from the motherfucking side, lurking. Shit like that. I thought you was a vampire. See what I'm saying? Like, what happened to vamp life, whatever the fuck? I thought you was a vampire. Nah, you're not a vampire no more, Jimmy. Then I look up, you motherfucking doing 6,050 fucking push-ups and sit-ups on the streets, corners of New York. That shit didn't work for you either, Jim. Now you want to talk about splashing, splash God, splash brand. What? No, Jim.
Come on, man.
So I seen a lot of people have their different perspectives on what she's doing and stuff. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll let you.
I was waiting for. I want to hear yours first, man.
Oh, you want to hear me first? I mean, I seen the behind the scenes of, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. A lot of the things that we've seen Jim Jones do over the years, it was things that I've seen my cousin come up with for Exhibit A, Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
That was an idea that me and my cousin came up with, to be keeping it 100, man, in my aunt's kitchen, where we was like, yo, it obviously I don't want to say obviously, they changed it a lot, but it was more of, it was like, it wasn't good. It was supposed to be about kind of our journey, that she was at Dipset, I was at Murder Inc., and was gonna show like what was the behind the scenes and stuff like that. What ended up happening is Jha Jha met Chrissy, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was definitely enamored by Chrissy's whole swag and demeanor, and she said to him, yo, man, you need to really put her in the mix because she's the one that will really make this thing go. And that's what ended up happening for real, for real.
Off her personality, she felt that.
Yeah, and her swag. She was like, yo, that girl, she really respected Chrissy. She was like, yo, Chrissy is the shit. She was like, yo, the way she dresses, the way she is. She's like, yo, I can't even front. She got it.
Right. Okay. Yandy was around at that time too, right?
Absolutely. Yandy was a GOAT, was like the GOAT person. Like she was just a runner. I'm keeping it funky. Like she used to work for Duke the God. You know what I'm saying? So she was the person that was like Duke the God was killing them with the mixtapes, right? So they had the Dipset USA and they had the apparel. Like Dipset, I can't front. Dipset is one of the forefront and forerunners of apparel, bro. Artist apparel and merchandising. They were ahead of their time with that. I would have said like if DJ Drama didn't get taken down for the mixtape thing, they would have took Duke the God next because they were killing them so much. And I mean, I'll give Cam his respect for letting Duke even during that era. That's how he was eating. So, but that Yandy is she comes from there, and then she had a internship with Violator and Mona Scott also, so she had that connection. And I can't hate on her because she's become a power player within the industry, and this is a hard thing, like to navigate and become somebody in, especially when you don't have like a working what's called talent. So if you're not talent, it's hard. So to be a behind the scenes person and make her ways. Now I know Jha Jha might be upset at me for even giving Yandy that type of credit because Yandy did do a lot of things behind the scene that was shiesty. Exhibit B would be, back when I should have had all this stuff pulled up because I didn't even expect to go this way, but my cousin came up with the Barbie shit first, right? Mm-hmm. The Barbie idea, she was obviously Little Kim was the person that said Black Barbie, Justin Barbie, whatever, right? But she had a whole mixtape that was the Barbie edition. Yandy started working for Nicki Minaj, and she gave her that whole idea, and Nicki Minaj ran with it. So that was what really broke their initial their relationship. Then when Jha Jha went to prison, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm about to say that's why right now what she talking about with Jim stealing Splash and everything. That's probably why, because it's already been a repeated time already doing it to her and shit. You know what I'm saying? So people probably don't understand that. So it's good that you're giving the backstory of certain things like that, especially. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let me get my train of thought real quick back. So yeah, look, I found it, bro. I found it that quick. So look, let me share it. So this is 2000. When did Nicki Minaj come out, bro?
2009, 2010, maybe.
2009. So this is probably, I want to say right before that, probably 2008, maybe. Yeah, I want to say 2000. It says on this thing 2011, but that's not the case. We all know the internet can be manipulated and stuff like that, but this was an actual mixtape. Can you see that shit?
Yeah, the Get It Girl.
Yep, Get It Girl. It was the Barbie edition, and that's the way she was coming. That was the angle that she was coming with. Right. And if you go back to the Dipset, there was I don't want to say a power struggle between them because Jha Jha was the first female that was associated really with the Dipset.
Right.
So Cameron, he didn't necessarily care what was going on with her. But Big Joe was her manager. Big Joe's the one that initially found her. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen anything like this. She just told me one day, yo, I'm coming up to New York and I'm going to get a record deal. I said, yeah, you could try.
I remember that.
Who does that, right? So she says, yeah, I'm just going to go up there and, they're going to know my talent. I'm going to get a record deal, bruh. the first mother effing day, she went to Def Jam and got down with Dip. Same night, she ended up at the Apollo doing a show with them. And I was like, what the fuck? And she didn't even know really like who Dipset was, because like I said, at the time I was at Murder Inc. and she wanted to go to Murder Inc. But Murder Inc. was like, you know, yeah, so it was on, you know, I actually brought her up there and they were interested. I took her to my man BJ. They listened to the music and stuff. Him and Chris.
What year is this again?
This is probably 2005. Because I think whatever year that What You've Been Drinking. No, this is probably 2004 because What You've Been Drinking On came out like the next year. So this is 2004. And yeah, because we were just doing this is before Lloyd came out. So we wasn't with Lloyd. They was looking to sign another artist, and then they ended up signing Lloyd over. It was a couple different prospects they had. But what they really wanted her to do was to kind of prove herself. That's Irv's kind of thing. Like, you got to come to the crack house, right? You know what I'm saying? And just kind of hang around and do your thing. And then that's how you get in the mix. She wasn't really gonna do that because she was already in the mix with them, and she wanted to really get signed to Rockefeller, and she felt like that was the way to get into Rockefeller. She was only a couple doors down.
She ain't know that these record labels was on a decline. Rockefeller.
No, she knew that, and she didn't want that because she was like, she felt she was a big star, so she wanted to either go to Rockefeller and then move up to the Universal, or go to Sylvia Rome. I think Sylvia Rome was whatever Chris Brown's label was at the beginning, because her lawyer, she had the same lawyer as Missy. She had the same lawyer as Chris Brown. Shout out to Miss Louise West. So these are all fact-checking things that you could do, y'all. So this is I'm talking some ish tonight. Like, this is my journey as well. So I know what's going on. So that's where we stand now. And you know, she had to do some prison time that really changed her life. You know, it changed a lot for her. This is not a person that was really involved in the streets. This is a person that went to FAMU University, left. She was going to be an accountant, bro. She left her final year of college and went to New York to pursue her dreams. And this is what we all wanted. Like, our generation, that was our thing. Like, we saw Puffy do it. We saw Irv Gotti's do it. We saw Jermaine Dupri's do it and stuff. So we all felt like we could push it. We did the same thing, bro. Like, I took the MOE tapes. I was trying to shop it to Bad Boy and all this stuff back in those times. So, yeah, of course. Like, I remember them telling me and I would wear the MOE shirt. They said, man, did you just come up here to try to get your goddamn friends on? Like, no, I came here to learn, man. I'm trying to learn from y'all, but so I digress on that. So this is where she stands now. She made it home from prison, and she turned her life around. She got back into the music, and she just worked a regular job to come up, man. Made $100,000 from her regular job and was able to invest in herself. She bought a home, she bought a car. All this stuff is, you could go to her Instagram, it's Jha Jha Splash, and you could see these things. We talk all the time, and I'm proud of how she's done, and I think that she doesn't get the credit that she deserves to be one of the, you know, really inspirational female. Like, the females right now are the wave. And when she switched to the GT thing, I feel like Young and May saw that and kind of took that GT swag. And then Glorilla has the GT voice. So I see remnants in GT of all these little, and Jha Jha and all these little, not little, I don't want to call them little, but all these other up and coming artists. You know what I mean?
I dig it, man.
Yes.
But she definitely deserves credit for what she did, because, you know, I saw it along with you, you know, not just like you right there, you know, I saw it from a distance, but you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. But she got a hell of a story, man. She need to tell her story. Like
That's
that
a
Queen's
fact.
Flip interview didn't do to her no justice. You know what I'm saying? He really just was stuck on her, differences with Jim Jones and them. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really getting to like, her journey like you just explained. You know what I'm
He
saying?
should just, you know how they got a mascot? He should just be their mascot, man.
That's what it seemed like.
just put on the mascot suit, man, and start doing flips and stuff like the gorilla in Phoenix.
Yeah, they was in the story too. They was looking, They got
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to pull that up, man. Yeah, so they was definitely in the story.
They was in the story. They looking. They paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So did he get in contact? He ain't get in contact with her, right?
No. He's not gonna reach out or nothing. But they, the internet is they're running with it. Shout out to MREC and a couple of other people.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get her on the line with Whack 100. This is the things that need to be done.
I saw Capone in one of the stories too.
I've met JoJo from her. He's always been a solid dude with her. He's always supported her. So shout out to him too.
Hitters, man, some big timers, man.
Yeah, and she's got the from not really telling. I need my eyes to be as low as Qua. To really, like she didn't tell on some important guys and stuff, so they're always gonna ride for her. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's the facts. That's the facts of what it is. So, man, I just want to see her get her credit that she deserves. She's always been one of my favorite artists. She was like my main artist for a long time, and I'm always going to support her. And even if she's wrong, I'm going to tell her that she's wrong behind the scenes. But I ain't going to tell y'all. I'm going to support, man. I'm going to support
the family, man.
Yeah, you just missed the Jha Jha. We was talking about Jha Jha, and we was talking about OTL and Taxstone. So you just missed a little bit, but you can watch the replay. That's my guy. Shout out to my guy Busy. Shout out to Up for Debate and all that.
Up for Debate.
Yeah, man. So what's your take on it?
Stars. Got to tell the local stars Up for Debate, man. You can come do your interview, man, after your game. Pre-game. Pull up to put that out there for the local basketball celebrities, football celebrities, varsity, JV, upcoming rising stars in the 845.
Facts. I wanted to go to the playoffs, but Kingston got knocked out.
They
got knocked out by Newburgh once again.
They got some dude in Newburgh that look like he belong in the dunk contest next year.
Yo, he's crazy, bro.
He looked like he belongs to go against the NBA in the dunk contest. His fucking arm was in the rim, man. I was like, shit.
Yeah, man. I wanted to shout out Shatea McComb too for the AAU team that she started in Kingston. My son made the team yesterday, so that's gonna be big for I know we've had previous teams, but I watched Shatea grow up, so I just wanted to give her love and shout out to her. And Sims, we just played your video and all that. We got another video coming up from you, bro. From everything I seen in the years back situation, and yep, exactly, bro. Yeah, exactly, Rod. That's exactly the case, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. What is that in that song?
It's super loud, Pat.
Dumbo or something, man.
It's something crazy. I don't even know which one it is. It's like 4 of them over there. So,
man, I miss them days, man.
You did the right thing, Jace.
Yeah, man. I had to put it down, y'all. I had to put it down, man. So, so we're gonna go into this next Sims video, and then we're gonna come back and talk about this B.M.F situation. And I always thought that the mighty Big Meech was,
man.
Damn, he was the most solid. But when you make it to that level, who can really keep it 1,000? So, wow, that's what they say, right? So,
Talk
I
to
don't
him,
know, man.
man.
We got this You Dig coming up. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull that up.
Talk to him.
Shout out to, like I said, shout out to Sims and Dom and D Weathers. They're really holding it down for
845.
yeah, 845, man. They're like the holding the flag, and of course the hoodies as well. Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to Gaza, man.
Oh, Gaza, Pacino, those guys too. Yeah, man. I'm loving
last week for the video, man.
I'm loving the new wave in the 845, man, and it makes us proud. So let's get into that, man. This is Sims and D Weathers, man. You dig?
Yeah.
They be talking tough, but we know the truth.
Strictly business.
If you feel some type of way, you supposed to. I don't even talk to motherfuckers I was close to. You chill with broke niggas, then you broke too. No other way to cut a slice to shit, it's gonna cost you. If you wanna play the game, I can coach you. Just know the shit here on Hall of Fame, make it critical. So if you feel some type of way, you're supposed to. Just understand that Chopper do his dance and break a bone too. Should I wait in the block with this or the Uzi with that? 43 in the boot, maybe they off the strap. Do the ski mask, don't really fuck with no act. Two-tone to H&K, I'm getting bored of the black. Fuck it, I just wear it easy. Might put on 4th and 1, cause we don't mind playing defense. I'm back, just load the box and send shots to make it even. Gonna slide like road tide, we in the chip every season. Running up, get double dutched. Jumping off the portals in them kitchens going crazy. Jumping off the fork, drop a bag on the night, yeah. We gon' win by any cost, what's a loss? SEC, forever in the offs. Below 200, got youngins that's down to go. Some niggas at dice games, to donate their clothes. Some people work at the net, hey, some niggas get exposed. Boy got cut in his face cause he was trying to spite his nose. Niggas be talking tough, but where they at? Should be sounding cool, but it's cat. Niggas be talking tougher with the straps. Acting like if you lose this life, you get it back.
Might do the Draco with this or the chopper with that. We not in the chat unless you fill my pockets with cash. We not with the cap. Every time I pop from the back, I say a prayer for my brothers that are locked or got clapped. They not coming back. Fuck it, we still talk like they here. My bitch bad and look better through these new Cartiers. Big bag, designer sweater, now which one should I wear? Big facts, capital letters, they can't never compare. New runners up, I'm one. This blender runs his bubblegum. Troublesome, but coming up from the bottom, so fuck the love. Get you one and double up, that's the rules that we living by. Bad bitch with an enterprise, she cook when it's dinner time. The since I slid inside, the ops gotta sit inside. Click the button on this Mac and you squares will get minimized. No games, we've been playing for keeps. Shit dig, they dig graves every day of the week.
If you feel some type of way, then you supposed to. I don't even talk to motherfuckers I was close to. You chill with broke niggas, then you broke too. No other way to cut a slice to shit, it's gonna cost you. If you wanna play the game, I can coach you. You shit on Hall of Fame, just understand this shit get critical. So if you feel some type of way, you're supposed to. Just understand that Chopper do a dance and break a bone too.
Yeah, those the guys right now, man. Shout out to them, man. Sims actually has an album or mixtape coming out with Teddy G, so be on the lookout for that. I know they're gonna probably be shooting a video for that soon. And so yeah, man. But I wanted to get into this B.M.F. You want to give a preface? I feel like I've been talking too much, man. I didn't like to get a goddamn word in, bro.
So good.
Go ahead and talk about this B.M.F situation, because I'm not really up to speed on it too much.
Shout out to Gully TV because he really brought it to my attention and everything. So I kind of dug in, looking into. But I remember I looked back and J-Bo from B.M.F was talking on Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? And he did an interview with Vlad, and they had a segment where he talked about that he had flown down south. The feds had flown him down south, took him from one facility to another facility, and they tried to get him to talk or something like that. He was saying and shit, and he had 4 other B.M.F members around him and shit, but one of the B.M.F members had a separation from them because he told, but he was saying that he don't think Blue Da Vinci told. No, I'm saying that wrong. He feels like he doesn't have no paperwork saying that Blue Da Vinci told. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Blue Da Vinci, he's saying J-Bo is saying that he's the paperwork. He was there and he know that it was him that had the separation on them because the other 3 guys that he was around him. You know what I'm saying? So some phone call that he had, you know, that's just the backstory I'm giving you, you know, just to say why Blue Da Vinci came out saying what he's saying now. So now this is the part where I got from Gully TV, where some guy from St. Louis named, you know, Dion Cuff, I believe his name is.
Yep.
That his daughter had got in contact with Blue Da Vinci and had gave him some paperwork saying that Big Meech's assistant was telling. You got that video though?
Yep, I got the video right here.
Let's play that video.
Okay.
You want to pull up some paperwork? You want me to show you how to pull up some paperwork?
So Tammy Cowens, right?
Yeah, Tammy Cowan.
Okay, now
she's a co-producer of the B.M.F Stars TV show.
Okay, and you're saying that she's an informant?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
She's been an informant since 2009.
You know, United States of America versus plaintiff, and it says Donnie Gatlin,
Dion Gatlin. Shout out Cuff. Shout out Cuff. That's my nigga Cuff. Dion Gatlin. Yeah, he's one of the first defendants. I mean, Tammy Cowens is Big Meech personal assistant / business partner / whatever you want to call. You know what I'm saying? So basically, she became the owner of what Meech has as B.M.F Entertainment, his company from prison. His company, she became the owner of it in 2008. And in 2009, she became a government informant. In 2010, she did a case that was pertaining to a guy that Meech met in prison and one of Meech's homeboys of 26 years.
Okay, I'm gonna read a little part of it real quick, man. It says CS1's relationship with Flannery, Suarez, and Gatling. When CSI became a DA informant, CSI was and had been a longtime associate of Demetrius Flannery. Now, here's where it says CSI 1 held Flannery's power of attorney and life rights with creative control. So,
yeah, that means she's the person that got his life rights. So she's the person that 50 Cent got the movie from, the TV show from. That's the only way to get it. You can't get it from Meech because he in prison, so he can't DBA. He can't do business from prison. He's in jail. Right. So he has to sign his rights to do his life story or do whatever he gonna do in his name over to somebody else. And Tammy Cowens is the person that was appointed to do all of that business. And she's the one that got the deal with 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess he's trying to indicate that somehow, some way that the guy that got locked up by the feds, somehow Big Meech was giving this lady Tammy Cowan some information. I guess that's how she became like a government informant and put this guy away that happened to be Big Meech's like man for 26 years or something like that, he was saying. So I think it's cat, man.
You think so? That's what I was gonna ask you next.
I think it's cat, man. I mean, this he's the years that he's saying, like 2010, and it's 20. Well, no, not 20. It's about 13 years later. This would have been the same way, like how they saying like these dudes are snitches. All this snitch stuff come out like that in an instant, man. You
right.
know, the dude that I don't know if it been under, kept under the cover and shit like that for years. Then people just been trying to smother it, but I haven't heard that part, until I heard that part, But this was interesting, I thought, to bring up because, like you said earlier, what you were saying about what you were saying before when we came to intro to this segment. You feel like,
what did I say about damn, I'm forgetting what I said now.
Something about the basically, like, you get to this high level of.
Oh yeah, yep. You can't. I mean, once you get to look at Malcolm Kenyon, for instance. Once you get to the kingpin status, I mean, you gotta tell. Basically, who hasn't told us that was Kingpin? Right? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong, because I want to be wrong on this one. But
I mean, according to Street, certifications and stuff like that, you can't be out here telling, and stuff like that. You gotta like take it. You gotta take it on the chin, man. Pause, but you gotta really be what you say. You know what I'm saying? But if these guys ain't really what they say, it ain't gonna have the followers. You know what I'm saying, behind them and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know, but what I do know is that when you get to a certain level of playing on like millions, you know what I'm saying, you're dealing with cartels, you're dealing with, trafficking on high levels, and just it's basically you cat and mouse, you know what I'm saying, playing that game with the cops, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's they said El Chapo was talking, man. They said that some of the biggest dudes had some kind of like interaction with the police somehow. Like I'm not saying like on a snitch level, but on some kind of respect level. You know what I'm saying? Remember in Heat, the movie Heat? Remember when Robert De Niro, no, my fault. Remember when Al Pacino pulled over Robert De Niro and he told him, let's go get something to eat. And they was talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like it's something like that to a certain extent with some of these figures that's high in the ranks and stuff. You gotta have some kind of rapport with some kind of authority figures, Just for instance, we were just talking about these agencies that's out here right now, like Snug again. You know what I'm saying? That he got some kind of like, interaction with law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? Because he got, hoods up, guns down, or something like that.
Yep. And Recap, I think, is the name of his.
You know what I'm saying? So he got to have some kind of interaction with the law, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's a gang member or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, he got an organization. Some of these organizations got interactions with gangs and stuff like that. So they become the liaison with the police and everything to intermediate situations and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, man. It's different, man.
It's different, man. Yeah.
Because we older, you're talking to a younger dude. Of course, everything is about death before dishonor and everything. And I believe it. I believe it. If you in that lifestyle, you better play to your full potential. You know what I'm saying? You can't just like tap out and be like, all right, when the cops come and get you, I quit. I want to just talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you cannot,
really,
man.
If you're really playing it, but I don't understand how dudes don't like. So they the people go tell on you. You know what I'm saying? Certain people around you, they gonna tell on you, man. Like, stop it, man.
Some people feel like they don't care. Like, if you getting Bentleys and you doing this, you buying out bars and stuff, and you making a name for yourself. A good 10-year, I don't know, it's a good 5, 6, 7-year run in that. They'll take the 30. You know what I'm saying, and live on. But I don't see a lot of that ever being the case. It's usually that they end up telling on people. So,
hey, man, you know who to smoke and chill with and go and do crimes with. You know who, what I'm saying, to do what with. If you stupid enough to go do a crime with somebody that run their mouth, then just go to the precinct after you do the crime and just lock yourself up.
Yeah, man, you might as well. And this is a surveillance era. Like, back in the day, maybe you could get away with this stuff, but everything's on video. Everybody, even gangsters, is on Instagram, and people is selling dope on the iPhones.
It's weird.
So yeah, it's just the time to be doing.
It's a transitional period right now. It's a transitional. We transition to, not reality. It used to be reality, but now it's like all the clout, all to get on, all to, presentation for show your character and shit like that, you know.
Yeah, man.
Bullshit.
So we're kind of running out of time. We got 5 minutes left. We were supposed to do overrated, underrated. So I got these the comedians who's gonna do it first. We got Desi Banks here. It's the social media comedians, right? We got Desi Banks, we got V Simone, Haha Davis, and I didn't put Jess Hilarious is up there, but it was Jess Hilarious was supposed to be up there too. I think I didn't get to it. Damn.
It's a couple more. Who else? It's a couple more people that I fuck with too. I think they underrated. I think they underrated because I seen them come up in like maybe 3 years now during the pandemic until like now. I saw B Simone doing a concert, or not a concert, like she had like a arena crowd type shit. Maybe she was opening for somebody, but she got podcasts now and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just Hilarious, she do shows continuously, like, you know what I'm saying? Haha Davis is like probably one of the funniest dudes on the internet.
He's funny.
Desi Banks is one of the funniest dudes too, you know. So I think they're underrated, man. I think they deserve more credit than what they get, man. I think they should be long in movies too, man. Some of them young.
Hey boy, man, I'm going overrated, man. I don't like it. I don't like it because I feel like you're supposed to come up in the comedy club. I know these guys would go to the Laugh Factory. They would stand on the corner in Times Square to try to get you to come watch their shows and stuff. And they were able to capitalize off of the internet, and shout out to them for that. But I don't think that they went through the vigorous training that they really needed to go through to be stand-up comedians. Yeah, they're just flash in the moment, flash in the pan right now, but I see them stealing people jokes, and that's hell no in the game. They are stealing people jokes. One of my favorite comedians is Corey Holcomb, and you know he came at Just Not Hilarious, he calls her.
Okay.
That she's taking a joke here or there from other people and remixed it. So Just Not Hilarious calls her. Yeah, so
Corey's nuts.
Yeah, no, he's crazy, but he's funny, man, and you got to give him his props. He's one of them guys that was on Comic View back in the day. So like,
I just think they got their own situation. You know, I can't even compare stand-up comedians, like you said, that came through that route. Because it's still stand-up, but it's not like any spotlight on it like it used to be. You know?
No, I feel you, but when in that internet space, making the you know, like the skits and all that stuff, they got that. But when you try to go to these arenas and get on that stage, it's different, man. It's not. That's like the NBA and the fucking Rucker. So yeah, I think do all these moves in the Rucker, but he's not going to do that versus the Cavaliers.
I think a lot of these social media comedians need to be like on a new and living color.
Wilding Out, right? That's what it was.
Man, it should be like a new and living color because there's a lot of improv comedy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying?
Desi tried to stand up his trash. That's what I'm saying, bro. They haven't worked the crowd the way that they need to in that arena. Now, I'm not trying to hate on them, but I'm just saying, man, I think stand-up comedy is the hardest thing to do in entertainment because you're up there by yourself, man, and then all you got, and then people is looking at you like
Fozzie. They're looking at you like Fozzie from the Muppet Babies.
That's rough, man. Yeah, bro.
Fozzie.
So damn, we got like a minute left. What was the other
Morant.
Oh, John Morant. Yeah, we had a big segment on that, and
just gonna go overrated right now, man.
Yeah, he's overrated right now, man. I don't like what he's giving now as far I'm talking about on the court. I'm not even talking about this other stuff. I just like De'Aaron Foxes and a couple of other guys is, you know, they don't have the flair that he has, but they're more team leaders and they're bringing their teams up. So I think that he's a little overrated at the moment, and I'm not saying that he can't get to the level. The NBA wants him to be the MVP type of the league. Now he's got Nike's backing. You know, they're not saying nothing bad about him on ESPN. They're kind of all rooting for him. So I just think that right now he's a little overrated.
Overrated. I forgot who was the third one.
The next one was Brat Beef.
Oh man, overrated.
Yeah, definitely. Do they even beef anymore?
I mean, they do. It's still there because Nicki Minaj beefing with Megan Thee Stallion right now.
Oh, okay.
Stupid shit.
I'm not trying to. They'll roast me for this on. Don't get at me, women, ladies, please. I just seen she put on a couple extra pounds and she's looking a little different. I like her though. She looks good. She always gonna look good, man. She's a beautiful woman, but
oh man, come on, man. You can't talk about the queen like that.
I'm just noticing. Did you notice it too?
My girl just looked at me crazy. She like Cardi B fan over here.
Yeah, I like Cardi B, man. I ain't gonna hate on her. I don't like Nicki Minaj, but
Nicki trying to keep it natural, man. I don't know, man. She's trying to keep it natural, not Jackson 5, you know.
But I mean, she's the one that started this whole mess with the fake ass and all that stuff.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I remember it popped out looking weird one night on one of them shows I seen.
Her butt popped out, you said?
Yeah, it was like crooked.
Oh man. Well, she got it fixed now, and she gained some pounds. So maybe she trying to like fix it in that kind of way. Who knows? You know
I remember when she used to do like try to look like Lady Gaga and stuff. And then she went back to Queens, man. I was like, thank God, man. You went back to regularness. But yeah, Nicki's great. She's the best. She's the best top selling female of all time. She's got her barbs. She's right there with Beyonce as far as like social media people that ride for her. So she'll get you out of there. She'll probably get this taken down, man, off the net. And
she's the best ever. She's the best ever. And that's not because she can take it down. That's because it's true facts. She's the best ever.
She can rap, and she doesn't. I never heard. I mean, we've heard inklings of Safari writing for her, but he can't write for himself. So why should he write for her?
Man, that don't count, man. That dude's something.
I don't believe that either.
He's a liar, man. He can't even do anything good for himself, man. She probably like got like a good spirit from him, and that's about it. That's what he probably thought. She copied my spirit.
Yeah, no, what you think she's gonna be able to drop another hit? You think she's gonna be able to hit the charts like she used to?
Yeah, I think so. I think if she go on like a tour, you know what I'm saying, and like hit the cities up, like grassroots type shit, you know what I'm saying, like touch the fans, you know what I'm saying, not like that, but you know what I'm saying, out there with the fans and really like being like humble a little bit more than what she could be at sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and I think she'll bounce back. One of them big interviews, you know, going in depth with her life and stuff like that with one of these shade rooms or something, you know what I'm saying? And she's back on
Jason Lee, right? Jason Lee, she got to sit down with.
Yeah, Jason Lee. Like, don't they got beef or something like that?
Oh, do they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of those sit downs, you know, they be cool. She be back on it. Cardi and her do a song. That'll definitely make everything astronomical. You know,
Man,
but
you got a better chance of doing a song with Ja Rule than that.
these females never make up though, man.
Yeah, they do.
See, all these girls, they don't never like link up, back up with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma and Nicki, and none of it's never been resolved. It's just nothing. Like
since Little Kim and Foxy, man.
Right. Yeah.
That's
true. Yeah, man.
What was the next one? I mean, we over time, but it's all good, man. I'm feeling good tonight, and I like the way this is going. So
that's a shit over.
You had the song remakes, and I didn't grab that Chinese Kitty song to show the people what you were saying. But I got a real good take on this. I feel, man.
Yeah, man.
So like back when we was kids, right? When we was coming up, Puff Daddy was the remix king. And he would take hits from the 80s, yeah. Do it sound so crazy, yeah. So he would take songs that was already hits and do them over. like Can't Hold Me Down. What was the other? More Money, More Problems. Biggie's Big
Every,
Papa. Pretty much all of them was already songs that was hit records. Now
total.
well, we would be riding. I'd be like, Aunt, to my Aunt Diane. Shout out to my Aunt Diane. I would be like, oh man, Diane, put in this this Notorious Big, man. And she was like, how they gonna take the Isleys Brothers song and mess it up like that? And I was like, so I had to go back. I didn't know what she was talking about. So I go back and listen to it, and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of different than I didn't know that. So I feel like that's what's going on today. They just bringing back the old soul and the energy of those songs, what they call my man Rennie Charles put me onto the term. It's called sound chasing. So they're sound chasing, bringing back the old soul of that, what was put into those songs, and kind of refurbishing it and putting it out for the kids, and just putting a little different spice on it, and they letting them rock with it, and they loving it. So I think it's cool.
It sounds a little corny right now. That's what it sounds like to me right now. Maybe to your aunt and them, it sounded corny to them. Also, it sounded
definitely did.
Fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah.
But I do think it probably, as time went along, like saying from your aunt perspective, that she got used to the music and it got good to her. You know what I'm saying? But these guys right now.
What I would say that she did, like back then, it was about lyrics, so they respected the lyrical content that the rappers was coming with. So yeah,
I was getting to that point right there. You know, no, you good. I was getting to that point because like, ain't no soul in these lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like you just said, they was explaining their point of view, like a remix, basically. I don't feel like it's a remix. I feel like it's a bite. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just a straight bite. It's not like a genuine song. You don't feel no perspective from they song, they shit. You just feel like it's just empty. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be on the radio. That's why they made it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think back then, when we was kids and listening to just Puffy, because there was a lot of people sampling. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact.
There was a lot of people sampling. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre and them
a whole song.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was intended for it to be on the radio back then. I think it was just for it to be good music and to be felt. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, this is gonna be, you know, hopefully Puffy will get on this song because, you know what I'm saying, he did this song back then or whatever, you know. And most of the time it's like that now, that you're expecting to hear this person and they wind up you know, being on the song. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Because you're saying like, oh yeah, if I do Nori's song, if I do what is that song that dude did? I forget the name of the song, that Nori song. But if you do Nori's song over, maybe Nori will jump on it and promote it. Nothing. That's the song. Yep, nothing.
So got big, and you know, Nori jumped on the song. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. They flipping beats, but nobody does remixes no more. You used to get hit records and then get a remix a few weeks later. That's a fact.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah, nobody.
I just feel like I don't feel the soul in this music anymore, man. And the only music that I be feeling like has something in it is drill, and that was a couple of years ago. Now I feel like they making pop drill songs, and that's not really. I don't feel this. I don't feel the emotions and like the real authenticity in it anymore. Like I'm not saying that I want to see dudes getting spun and mopped and smoked. Like I don't want to see that, but there was an authenticity to it that I feel like has been removed.
I think that the drill, honestly, I think the drill initiated the whole sound of what's going on right now with the remix and everything. Gotcha. Because maybe it started like almost 2 years ago with them. You know what I'm saying? mix and shit like that. And now that these other people, other Cola Rays and stuff like that, they up here, doing the shit now.
Yep.
It's
I agree with you, Rod. I don't like what the Bronx does with it. Me and my guy Ryder God was going back and forth today, and I was like, he said that the UK drill is better than New York drill, and I said Brooklyn drill is dope for me. The Bronx, I'm not really too keen on the Bronx. I don't really like what they give out. I feel like they took like a 6ix9ine style of rapping and like doing it. I just not
angry. It's very angry. It's too angry. I don't like it.
It's like the Brooklyn dudes, they gave you the dancing with it. It was crazy with it, man.
It's a different finesse with it. It's too crazy over there. Like it sounds like you really out there trying to kill instead of partying and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then shout out to Star because he has a whole channel dedicated to drill rap. It's called Shot97 or S97.com. You can go there and listen to all the newest drill hits and stuff like that.
That's
and,
Star.
Yeah. Shout out to Star, man.
That's crazy.
It's nuts, bro.
It's nuts.
So did we have it? What else did we have, man? This is gonna be. I'm gonna have to chop this up and put this as like kind of the overtime if we replay it. Oh yeah, I definitely wanted to get this up for Trugoy. Just talk about what he meant to you, man, as a coming up in De La Soul.
Well, you said something earlier like this is one of the first groups that you really started listening to and shit like that. Like them, Leaders of the New School, Tribe Called Quest, Naughty by Nature, a few other people that's from that same era and shit like that. But they was very unique. They stood out from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Native Tongue stood out from everybody completely, but they stood out from Native Tongue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They seemed like they was like real nerds. You know what I'm saying? Not to diss them or anything like that, but they seemed like somebody in your classroom. You know what I'm saying? One of these dudes in your classroom, and it was weird because you're like, yo, the geek dude is listening to rap. You know what I'm saying? And they was like those dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say it in a diss or anything like that, but they even got a video, the Me, Myself, and I videos, like describing basically, you know what I'm saying, what they was and everything. So I thought they was dope, man. Like I really didn't indulge until the Stakes Is High album was really when I started really like listening to them and shit like that. Like I went back and listened to them a little bit more. I fucked with them at the time and shit like that, but I ain't really like, other people had my attention, like Wu-Tang and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But
and my dad always liked them, so I listened to them a lot, growing up. And they was dope, man. And it's sad because now it's like we'll never get another Tribe album. We'll never get another De La Soul album. And some of these people can't be replaced. Like Wu-Tang has never really been the same since ODB passed away, and he was really like the lifeblood of Wu-Tang. And hopefully us as content creators, we keep these people up there. I hope they do a De La Soul show, or they do a Tribe Called Quest journey. You know what I mean? I feel like we need this stuff to really keep the hip hop going, man. And because stuff gets forgotten, and what it really was, things that happened before the internet, they act like it doesn't exist because it can't be pulled up on Google. But I lived a lot of these things, man. And just because you can't pull it up on Google doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right. Not to segue into a different topic, but MC Shan kind of like called out, kind of like similar to what you're saying, like calling people sellouts and stuff like that for the performance. But not to say what Shan said, like if it's been 50 years in hip hop and hip hop is the biggest music. I know country music would have had their own separate situation if it was 50 years in country celebration. Even Barry Gordy made sure Motown had a 25th anniversary. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the responsibility of these dudes that's in position, like Puff, Jay, Nas. You know, even though Nas did do that Grammy performance with, you know, Questlove, you know what I'm saying? But it's up to these guys to really put this, you know, this, what is it called? The time.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
It.
Yeah, they got to do it right. They can't put it in 14 minutes or 15 minutes and then have a God did do the same amount of time as a 50 years of hip hop. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
That is very disrespectful.
Yeah, you can't sum hip hop in 14 minutes and give Jay-Z 10 minutes to go off, man. Talking about Emery and stuff again. Come on, man. You can't keep doing this to us, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, man. I second that, man. I feel like, you know, we should have our own hip hop museum, which they just opened, but you know, the Hall of Fame, Hip Hop Hall of Fame, all this stuff should be there. Gentrifying New York, give us these things, man. Hip hop is one of the biggest musics in the world, and that's just going to bring more tourism for New York. So New York needs a facelift, man. It feels like when I go to New York, it feels like 1972 in some spots, man. So it's 2023. We gotta upgrade and keep these things alive, man. Through our us, as I feel like our generation is in control now. And when our parents were in control, there was more family barbecues. There was more stuff going on. And our generation is like not really holding it down as we should, man. We want to be young. We want to be in the new with the new lingo, and we want to wear Mary and all this other stuff, man. I feel like we have to be leaders, man, and really step up to the plate. So I'm talking to myself, and if you feel it, then I'm talking to you too. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly, man. I feel you. Everything you just said, man. But gotta definitely give somebody. It's still 8 months left in the year or something like that. 9 months left in the year to do it'd be respectfully done. Maybe, you know, August 11th, 2023. You know, I think that's the date that they did in 1973. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? Was it? I think it was August 11th, right?
Yep, August 11th. Yep.
Yeah, 1973. So yeah, do something on that date. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that'll be fire. Do it at the Garden. You know what I'm saying? If you can do a versus, you should be able to do this right here. You know what I'm saying? And who cares if it's a fucking 8-hour event? Like, that's dope. It should have a festival for it, to be honest for you. You know what I'm saying?
But all these billionaires they claim to be and stuff, man. Why wouldn't you invest? You'll put money into your damn sneakers or sneaker line or liquor or some shit. Why won't you invest in what made you famous? Hip hop, man.
Exactly.
I do it, and I don't have no money, really. You know what I mean? Like, I got a whole family and all this stuff, but I make sure that even it's for the younger generation, but I'm promoting the Sims, or I would promote the older generation. Just keeping hip hop alive, man, through conversation, through social media, through just playing the songs, man, and getting them streams.
Yeah. So, but that's back to the what you call rap remix. That's definitely, you know, one way of keeping it alive, doing remakes to the songs, you know. So definitely hopefully it makes some better ones, you know.
He doesn't like them, man.
Not right now. It's still early, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody will come along like a young Teddy Riley and change it up and give us something different, man. You know?
Yeah, man.
T-Pain was on that verge at one time, man, but
he really was.
Something happened. I don't know what happened, but fell off.
Yay, man. Yay needs to.
Nah, man, he need to get him out of here, man. He needs to go. It's time for him to go.
Oh my man! All right.
I
Yeah,
love him, but he gotta go. We need somebody new, man. One of these.
we do need somebody new,
some
or they
strange-
need somebody new. You know, it's gonna be their time soon, man. I feel like we're gonna be passing the torch off to Blizz's generation soon. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be the ones running with it. Once we hit 45, 46, 47, it's like, you know, we're grandparents at that point.
Pretty much.
So man, we got anything else, man? You know, I think we covered
shit. We said the same shit, you know. Man, I think everything covered, man.
So this is a great show, good show. Thanks for everybody for tapping in. That tapped in. We'll be back on Tuesday. I got an interview with Lorenzo Rennie Charles from Snug in Newburgh. So look out for that. And then I think we're gonna try to do another show probably Tuesday night. It may be late though, but I'll let y'all know on social media and stuff. And if you got music that you want us to play on the show, feel free to hit me up, hit Qua up at Connected People on Instagram. Hit me up at DJ Duya. I'm Mrs. Jha Jha Sex's new. Nah, man, you don't hate her, man. Nah, no Jha Jha slander is gonna be accepted on here,
bro.
Not at all. And the name is spelled wrong, man. No Jha Jha slander is gonna be accepted. I'm telling you.
Oh man, it's nuts. Yeah, send the music, y'all, man. 845 artists and beyond, you know, 716-585-518. Send that music, man. The whole New York, man. We rep the whole New York. 516. What's that?
Right.
212-718. 347s, all that. We rep it all, man.
Now I said that, Mel, in the beginning that I was biased. That's like my sister, man. That's like my little. I don't even want to call her little sister. We're like the same age. We're like that is my family, but it's like my sister. I feel like I grew up with her in this industry thing. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Send that music though, man.
Yep, send that music over to us. If you want to email it, it's 845TheMixShow@gmail.com. So if you want to send that over. Yep. Oh yeah, he's crazy. Man, so we're about to get out of here, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in and all that. It's your boy DJ Duya. We got Connected Quad, man. We out of here, man.